From unforgettable slapstick to brilliant deadpan humor, Rowan Atkinson has built a legacy unlike anyone else. Here are some of the moments that prove why he's a comedy legend.
I did a movie quite a while ago called Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Oh, yes.
In which Mr. Bean... and there was a scene...
You're so casual about that. I did a film called Mr. Bean's Holiday.
Well,
Because he'd look like an even bigger knob if he said, oh, well, of course you all know Mr. Bean's Holiday. You know,
yeah, exactly.
so
I'm
it's actually
trying to reduce my knob quotient.
While most legendary characters are carefully crafted over time, Mr. Bean came into existence in the most unexpected way. Rowan Atkinson reveals how it all happened.
I stood in front of a mirror, to be honest, and I just started pulling faces, I mean, for want of a better term. And I just sort of, you know, was doing this... And then there was this idea of having a card. Have you got anything that I could... Well, it was a piece of paper of where I would just... Can I stand up? And I came out just going... Anyway, it was something like that. It was...
Having a character become a global icon comes with a few weird side effects. For Rowan Atkinson, that includes getting recognized by fans in public. But, as he explained to Graham Norton, those interactions don't always go the way you'd expect.
Yeah, the thing I find most tricky is when people don't recognize you particularly, but half recognize you. You know, it's that strange thing where they go... You know, I'd rather just, you know, hold up a flag saying yes. A few years ago, there was, I was in a Land Rover parts department near Peterborough, the kind of place you find me on most Saturdays. And I could see this guy doing that. And he came up to me after a while and he said, "Excuse me, has anyone ever told you that you're the absolute spitting image of that Mr. Bean?" I said, "Well, actually, I am the actor who plays Mr. Bean." And he said, "I bet you wish you were." And there followed this bizarre conversation in which the more I tried to claim that I was the person whom he thought I merely resembled, the less he believed me. So but what was funny was how close he thought I was to you know, he said the resemblance is uncanny.
I know you're a bit of a car fanatic. Yes. I have a car buying disease, almost as bad as yours. Yeah, it's a terrible disease, but not quite as bad as yours. Do car commercials and things? Well, I don't do car. I do credit card commercials, actually. I did a credit card commercial in New York a few years ago, and there's this beautiful woman gets out of a limo in the middle of New York, and he sees her. And this scene was when I had to look at her as if I'd just fallen in love with her. Right. And the director said, "Just imagine that you've just seen your wife for the first time." And my wife happened to be on set at the time. And she said, no, that won't work. Tell him to look at her as if she's his new Aston Martin. Oh, well, and then it'll work. Oh, that'll work. And she was right. But it inspired me no end. I looked at her like no woman has ever been looked at. Oh, no. And can you give us that look? I'm curious. Yeah. Can I too?
What started as a conversation about cars quickly turned into comedy, as Atkinson transformed a few ordinary names into something hilariously unforgettable.
You decided that Bob could be a funny word.
Right.
Now, how do you do that?
Well, it just seemed, yeah, it was always at the end of the sentence. It was, you know, so how can I help you, Bob? And it just seemed like a funny way of saying it, Bob.
Because I was looking at lists of motoring words the other day and wondering if you could just by saying them, make them funny. Just say the word.
Airbag. De Dion Bouton. Petrol pump.
I have to think of all sorts of things to say about a car. Now, I know that if you were a presenter on this show, you could just do it with an expression.
Right.
So, for example, if you were presented with McLaren F1, think of another one. The imperiousness one gets from a Range Rover.
Ah, right, okay.
Grid walks at the F1 Grand Prix are notoriously chaotic. Add Rowan Atkinson to the mix, and this reporter didn't stand a chance.
Rowan, how are you?
Extremely good to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I enjoyed the motorsport dinner the other night. I didn't get a chance to come over and say hello.
True, yeah, I saw you. You were very good.
I don't know about that, but what would Mr. Bean reckon to all of this Formula One malarkey?
Yeah. Well, he would enjoy it very much because he's a car enthusiast, as you know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had some magnificent cars, didn't he?
Cars, then, you know, then he'd...
Place a master of dry British humor in the middle of an over-the-top international TV stunt, and the result is comedy that no one saw coming.
It's really good, thank you. This side or this side?
Right, how do you want to sit down?
No, I'll get behind you.
Well, I see, I just sit here and
you
do
don't
nothing.
have to do anything.
Okay.
Coming up on Sunrise this morning, we meet the lovely Mr. Rowan Atkinson. We talk about Mr. Bean's holiday, and all you have to say is, if you miss it, you miss out. Simple as that. You ready?
Right, okay.
I'm good at this.
Good, okay. How interesting.
Morning, Neil Sean here on Sunrise. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. Rowan Atkinson, and we talk about Mr. Bean's holiday. Remember though, Rowan?
Oh, sorry?
If you miss it, you miss out.
Do you mind doing that again?
Yeah, okay. Morning, Neil Sean here on Sunrise. This morning we meet Mr. Rowan Atkinson and we talk all about Mr. Bean's holiday. Remember though, Rowan?
What?
If you miss it, you miss out.
Oh, yes.
Don't miss Rowan Atkinson on Sunrise this morning.
Here's Atkinson breaking down the bizarre inspiration that originally brought the character to life.
I was based actually on a holiday in Venice that I had in 1985, quite a long time ago. And I just remember noticing all the musical artists who were popular at the time, you know. And I thought, how odd that musicians generally assume they have an international audience.
Yeah.
Whereas if you do comedy, you assume you've just got your country and your kind of people who are going to enjoy what you do. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun? Because I had already started exploring just doing purely visual comedy. And I was interested in trying to put visual comedy through the character of Mr. Bean on TV. And so that's where it started. Well, the first ones we did were in 1988, 89, and then it sort of grew from there, and now we've got this...
Weird, it's like it's got its own life.
Rowan, I start with the most horrifying thing to do. I start with a quote that I read.
Oh, dear.
From you. It says, the problem with talk shows is that you're supposed to amuse. I generally rely on being interesting rather than funny. They, that is, us here, are not actually very interested in people who are very interesting. They just want people with wacky stories about airports, and I haven't really got any.
How true.
It's true.
How true. I haven't.
So how was Kastrup Airport?
No, I have no stories.
No.
I suppose that I'm just an actor, probably, at heart, rather than a comedian. I'm always rather confused, as I think I know you are, about whether I'm a comedian or whether I'm an actor.
No.
You know, or whether
I'm
an
not
actor.
confused at
You're not
all.
confused
No.
at all? Oh, well, I'll stop talking.
I know you're boring now, and I know you
exactly.
consider...
Exactly. You'll be nodding off in no time. I can be funny, I think, as myself, when I'm with very good friends in small rooms, and I'm very relaxed.
Well,
but as soon as I'm in a big
it's just the
studio,
two of us here, so...
And all...
We're all used to seeing Atkinson fall over and pull faces. But when Graham Norton asked him to explain the mechanics behind his dancing, he delivered an answer that sounded more like a science lecture.
There are just those fantastic set pieces that people love watching you do. The, you know, the energy tablets
Yes.
Which must be... that must be knackering.
It was knackering, actually, yes. It was, yeah, it's a dance sequence in which I display some extreme
I think we've got some
dance smooth.
There's some of your moves.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And it's very, and it was very taxing, yes, yes, I have to say. And, you know, it doesn't get less taxing with the advancing years. But I managed to keep it going, and we just did a couple of takes in which I just sort of did the silliest stuff I could.
Yeah. And is it very kind of po-faced, kind of going, that's funny, that's funny? Or do you not laugh? Do you never laugh?
Oh, I do laugh, yes.
That's good. But do you make yourself laugh?
Very, very occasionally that I find what I do. I think it's only ever happened to me on stage when doing sort of comedy sketches and things on stage, rather than on film. Whereas film I find very, very difficult.
Exhausting.
I find it exhausting, and I find it stressful. This constant belief that what you're doing is not as good as it could be, you know. And of course, the problem with film is you can have another go if you've got a director
were you
and
that
producer.
guy?
I'm afraid so.
Oh,
yeah.
you are that guy. I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I do stop eventually when I just get bored. It's going to reach the point when you just can't be bothered to do another take, and that's normally when the director goes.
I want to go out with Mr. Bean, which would be slightly
you would not.
strange.
No.
You wouldn't want to romance
No,
Mr. Bean.
I remember early on in the life of Mr. Bean getting lots of letters from people saying, "Oh, I'd love to have dinner with Mr. Bean. How hilarious that would be." He's a very, very selfish individual.
I mean, I would love to hear the phrase "Where have you been?" more often. Actually, I mean, I think. Because I feel as though that to me possibly should be at least the perceived title of the song. I mean, rather, I mean, we don't have to change the lyric much of it all. At the end there, "My funny man, where have you been all my life? Where have you been?" should be the last line that she sings. You know what I mean? And also somehow, actually, the way the music is phrased and also the way she's singing it, she doesn't put much emphasis on "been." It's almost a bit of a down moment. "Where have you been?" She's singing, whereas you feel, "Where have you been?" And so he can pick up on that.
Making an audience laugh is impressive. Staying so committed to an outrageous character that your fellow actors can't keep a straight face is on another level.
Forget the whole thing. I'm going back home with Migsy.
Yes. Oh, show me the glen where the kipper roams free and together. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
You got too funny.
Sorry. I understand everything.
I know what it's like. I mean, you've got a difficult job. 45 miles commuting every day. Okay. Right, from... No, I'm not interested. I'd rather go to bed with the Loch Lomond monster. And besides, I have to be back in the office on Friday. I promised, Mr. Will you stop laughing?
This is Bulrick. Crisis! No marriage, no money, and more bills. For the first time in my life, I've decided to follow a suggestion of yours.
If I may make so bold, a major crisis has arisen in your affairs.
Yes, I know, Blackadder. I've been pondering it all morning.
You want to look at it?
Look at what? Are we allowed?
I don't know. I've just lost all contact with reality.